Dana Susan Beasley of AngelArts.biz, and welcome to Out of the Box Homeschooling. So while my husband is making dinner, thankfully I got him to do that while we've been running around like crazy today, I thought that I would come on here and do this quick video for this new series called Out of the Box Homeschooling. It's been rather a crazy time in our family as my nephew and his wife got into a car accident. But I wanted to do this really quickly so that we can help you all figure out homeschooling that's completely out of the box. Let me just give you an illustration of something that happened today. So we've been looking for a truck because another thing that happened is our Tahoe, the transmission went out. So instead of putting the money into getting it fixed, we've decided to find a new truck or a used truck. And today we went to a dealer, my son and I did, and he and I were talking to the salesperson, a young lady, about Sam's age actually, because Sam is 19. And so Sam was telling her about what kind of truck we were looking for, and he got down to such detail. And the young lady was amazed and said, they're hiring here for a truck expert. I thought it was funny, but Sam knew more than the young lady knew, probably more than most salespeople know about cars. And he completely floored her with his knowledge. And she asked him, well, how did you find all that out? And of course, she didn't know at that point or at all that we homeschooled. And he says, just accumulation of knowledge over the years. And this is the power of out-of-box homeschooling, because a lot of what we've done and what we still do, he's a young man with some special needs. It's going to take him a little longer. Oh, well, again, that's out of the box. So he has had a passion for cars since he was probably 4 or younger. And when he was a little child in the car, he'd tell each car what it was coming, what it was. He could look at a car coming and say, well, that's a Toyota, blah, 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 whatever. He knew from a very, very young age. And so he's followed up on this passion, and he has accumulated all of this knowledge. And the thing is, it's not like he studied it for a test and then it's gone. The thing is that it's still in his brain, and it's helping us today with a very practical challenge of finding a truck. So that's just an example of something that's out of the box, the result of doing out of the box homeschooling. All right, now I wanted to share with you a few ideas from our book, and that is The Lost Art of Play. And in the last chapter, in chapter 5, called Make an Action Plan, there's actually 50 creative ideas you could do with your kids, because one of the most important aspects of homeschooling your child, or just being a parent in general, is learning how and committing time to playing with your kids. And so in this book, I give you a lot of different ideas. I'm just going to read through some of them. Number one, or the one that I'm going to read to you first, is play silly songs together. I read that just now, and I thought about a trip that we took when Sam was 3 to Texas, and all across all of our driving, we sang these silly songs, something about trees on a log. It was so funny, but silly songs are a really great thing to do. I remember he used to love Handwriting Without Tears, and we had the bunny rabbit. We still have it, actually. And every time we started school, we had to do the bunny rap. I had to have the puppet and I had to do the bunny rap. In fact, at one point, Sam wanted me to do school in a different stuffed animal's voice every single subject. That was a challenge, but I did it for a little bit. So that's one of the ideas. Another idea is to play charades. Charades is a great activity for school, whether it's Pictionary or traditional kind of charades. A great idea for vocabulary, for introducing vocabulary. Then something I remember doing when I was a child, building a fort in your family room out of blankets. It's a perfect thing to do when it's cold outside. Let's see. Tell the children a story that you make up. I remember when Sam was a child, really young, I used to have to make up stories about a man named Sheriff. I don't think he was a sheriff though, who had a Chevy Silverado and had a camel in the back of his pickup truck. I had to make up stories about that continually. And then here's a really important one is pretend play with your children. You know, children are masters at pretend. Play with them. And then spend some time doing some wild experiences. I grew up doing things like water skiing and snow skiing, inner tubing and ice skating. Give them some of those kinds of experiences. Go to a puppy training class with your children. Now, that's kind of hard right now with COVID, but that's something actually we need to do because our dog is a bit, he needs some help. And we haven't been able to get him into a puppy training class since the early winter. Here's an idea. Go on a drive with your children. You know, we always like to see the leaves in the fall. We've done that for years, going to see the leaves. In fact, one year, we went up to Cripple Creek in Victor, and we rode the train that they have there. And then we drove to Victor and all the way down Phantom Canyon. And that was actually one of Sam's first long drives when he, had just first gotten his permit. It's going down Phantom Canyon, which is really beautiful here in Colorado. Learn to play an instrument with your children, or teach your children how to play an instrument if you already know how to play an instrument. And then if you, let's see, I'm trying to screen out the ones that are kind of hard with COVID, but here's a fun one. Have a Nerf battle. When we did our summer camp last summer, obviously, we were doing Nerf guns, incorporating Nerf guns into the summer camp. So we bought some Nerf guns at Target or something, and the kids had, mind you, these are 19-year-olds and my niece is 23, and they're having a blast doing Nerf battles, and I had one too, so I entered into the fun. Play the card game Spoons. I have that as number 37. So I grew up playing Spoons, but beware. If you're highly competitive like me, you could hurt somebody. Nobody in my family will play Spoons anymore because my sister and I are too competitive. So, let's see. I'm reading. Read a fun book aloud to your children. They are never too old to have have you read a book aloud. That's really an important way to get your children to learn to love reading. And then here's my favorite. We do this all the time, and that's go hiking together. Wonderful time of year to go hiking. Let's see, I have so many ideas. Here's 50 creative ideas you could do to recharge your own batteries. Just for you, because as a parent, we need time to recharge, so the energy to give to our children like, they need us to. One of the things that I do that I've listed on number 4 is read a psalm a day. I do that actually twice a day. The Psalms have really kept me focused and encouraged, and it's a crucial part of my day. I don't miss it. I can't miss it. It's such a habit. Let's see. Exercise daily. I fall down all the time on this because, crisis and crisis management and all that stuff. But it is really important to exercise daily. Let's see. Take a class that would improve your work skills or something that you are passionate about. With online availability, that's so accessible and affordable these days. Watch your favorite movie or series. Take time for you. Right now, I'm really into retro shows. I'm a child of the 60s and 70s and the 80s. So right now I'm watching Big Valley and, an old Western show. My son makes fun of me because he says, oh, well, that's not authentic Western talk. So, but I like that show though. So that's what I'm watching now. And then here's one that my husband will like. Take a nap. Sometimes it's necessary. If you're the type that could take a nap, then take a nap. Now, I can't. That will mess up my sleep schedule. Run in a meadow. I remember when I was dating my husband, when we were dating a long time ago, that's one of the things that I did. We were driving in Texas and I saw this meadow and I said, "Stop the car." And I ran in the meadow. He thought that was really sweet. Let's see. Learn a foreign language. Again, what you do for yourself will help you when you help your children. So write down your goals. Another important thing to do. Ooh, I like this one. Eat a little high quality chocolate. Today we went to Chick-fil-A and my son got some lunch and I saw that they had a fudge brownie and I'm like, ooh, buy me a fudge brownie, Sam. So we did, and it was like one of the best brownies I've ever tasted. And he liked it too. I did share with him just a little bit. So anyway, those are some ideas. Again, what is out of the box homeschooling? It's thinking literally out of the box. It's thinking differently. It's thinking non-conventionally, like unschooling and playing games to learn and that sort of thing, and actually playing with them yourself as a parent and as a teacher. So there's some ideas for out of the box homeschooling. And check out my book. Check out our book, The Lost Art of Plays, by myself and by my nephew, Nathan. And it's going, I've literally written the book on play. It's going to show you why play is so important. And it's on my website, angelarts.biz, under the shop tab. So if you do that, you'll actually get a signed copy, but I have limited copies of these available, but you could also order it on Amazon. So check that out. And also, we are working on a new unveiling here of our advanced narrative curriculum. This is role-playing curriculum. It's a Christian alternative to Dungeons and Dragons, but yet it's also school. It's game schooling curriculum. So we're working on that, or I will be working on that as soon as we're over all this crisis management that we've been going through with this car accident. So I'm hoping that I could do this show on a regular basis and just really help with creative ideas for homeschooling. All right, so thanks for listening or watching. This is Dana Susan Beasley of angelarts.biz. Together, may we reach new heights in our homeschooling and beyond.